All right, right at the top, we have some breaking news coming in. The NCP versus NCP symbol war ends. The Supreme Court settles the NCP symbol war. The trumpet symbol has been allotted to the senior Pawar camp. The Supreme Court says recognize the trumpet as your symbol. That is a big breaking input that's coming in with the NCP versus NCP symbol war, which has now ended in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court seems to have settled the matter with allotting the trumpet symbol to the senior Pawar camp. The Supreme Court has said, recognize the trumpet as your symbol. Now, remember, just a short while ago, there were remarks coming in of the hearing that was underway just a short while ago. Justice Vishwanathan had, in fact, told Mukul Rohatgi, who was appearing for the Ajit Pawar faction. Actually, before we go to those statements, we'll cross over to my colleague Harish to get more details on this. Harish, the symbol war between the NCP versus the NCP has now ended. The Supreme Court has recognized the trumpet as the senior Pawar faction's symbol.
Yes, in fact, it's also a victory for the Ajit Pawar faction, as the Supreme Court has said that he has, in fact, because the Supreme Court has refused to stay the Election Commission of India order by which the Ajit Pawar group was recognized as the real NCP and the clock symbol given to it. And now Sharad Pawar faction has been allowed to use a man blowing a turra, that is a traditional banquet, traditional, in fact, trumpet, traditional trumpet. And in fact, for the assembly election and the Lok Sabha election, Sharad Pawar faction can use the symbol man blowing a turra, that is traditional trumpet, and Ajit Pawar can use this clock symbol. And there is another, another direction is that Supreme Court directed Election Commission of India and State Election Commission to recognize trumpet as official symbol of Sharad Pawar faction for the ensuing elections. And Supreme Court also directed that the Election Commission of India should reserve this said symbol for Sharad Pawar group and should not be allowed to any other party candidate. And also, Supreme Court further directed that Ajit Pawar group has to issue a public notice that its use of clock symbol is sub judice before the court, and that such a declaration should accompany all templates, advertisements, and audio visuals issued on behalf of the NCP. And what is another important direction issued by Supreme Court is that the Supreme Court has very clearly said that the undertaking which the Ajit Pawar faction today gave, that Sharad Pawar's face, photo, symbol, and also cannot be used in any of the posters, banners. It shall apply not just in Maharashtra, but in all other states wherever NCP, both factions are there. So these are a series of interim orders issued by the Supreme Court on a day when it has reserved judgment on a slew of petitions where the Sharad Pawar faction has challenged the Election Commission of India order, which has given the clock symbol to Ajit Pawar group and also recognized it as real NCP. So these are some of the very significant interim orders. Some of them have gone, most of them have gone in favor of Ajit Pawar group, and some of them has gone in favor of Sharad Pawar group, like the permission to use the man blowing turra for the ensuing in Lok Sabha polls and assembly polls. Back to you.
All right, Harish, thank you so much for joining us and decoding that order of the Supreme Court for us. Now, with